Hey guys, good morning. It's your girl SeekretD. I am driving this morning. I'm in Brooklyn, driving back home. Kind of tight because I didn't expect traffic to be so rough. But here we go. We are going to talk about accountability today. And we're talking about accountability because there is a viral clip of my man Shaq going around the internet on these parts. And he's being interviewed by a prick, apparently. So in the clip, he basically discusses his split from Shawnee. And he was saying that, it wasn't on Shawnee. The interviewer, I don't know his name, was like, oh no, it takes two. Basically telling him, yes, it is. Like, he's telling him, no, it's not. And he's trying to have him no, it is her fault too. And he's like, nah, it's not. And that, my friends, is accountability at its finest. So the thing about this is that, and the reason why I'm making a video is because a lot of the comments, of course, were deflective again. So yes, it is great to see a man taking accountability for his actions. Even in hindsight, sometimes hindsight is 20/20, but sometimes hindsight for some of y'all is 0/15. Like, y'all still don't see the shit. And y'all still want to walk around and blame other people for the dumb shit that you did. And it's so easy to be like, oh, I know I was fucked up, but she XYZ. It's 100% easy to say, oh yeah, I know it was this, but she this. And he 100% did not do that. He said she did what she was supposed to do. And I applaud him for that. And a lot of people applauded him for that. Then I got into the comments and I saw people projecting their bullshit on this man's little interview. He didn't say nothing crazy about his ex-wife. He didn't say anything wrong. But then in the comments, you have the man going, oh, you see, he's being accountable. When y'all gonna start? Da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, yo, can y'all just not attack women for a minute? Y'all just had to go through this video, watch what he said, which is basically his woman was not at fault at all. She was perfect. She did what she needed to do. And you in the comments still have to go and say, oh, but women do this and women do that. What is wrong with y'all? I'm still a little sick, so excuse my voice. But what is wrong with y'all? Y'all have to go and just woman bash. Y'all just have to do it. Because this would be the perfect video to not do it. But of course y'all gonna say, oh, well, he this, but women do this and women do that. And then I saw a comment a woman made and she said something like, oh, it's great that he's accountable, but when are we gonna have changed behavior so we don't have to be accountable at the end? And that is key. That is key because so many people are comfortable doing this, that, and the third because they're at a certain status or they look a certain way or they have this car, they have this money, they're this age, they have this job, and they think it's okay to be a womanizer. They think it's okay to treat women like shit. They think it's okay to be married and have girlfriends and all this other stuff because of who they are, and it's not okay. And I feel like basically her comment was saying, why can't we just have y'all not do these things, not fuck it up, and then have to be like, oh yeah, it was all my fault at the end? Accountability is great, but not doing something that you need to be accountable for after the fact is even better. And that's the conversation that nobody really wants to have because people are too comfortable giving passes to men because, oh, they're a man, oh, they're this, oh, they're that. And I feel like men get so many passes, especially when it comes to this. Oh, a man is going to cheat, especially if he has money. A man that looks like that is never going to be faithful. A man that da-da-da-da-da, it's always an excuse, always an excuse, always an excuse. Why? Why? Even I was watching Kendra and my man came on the show. He had a baby 4 months prior. And he's basically saying oh, I'm kind of with her. We're always intimate. I'm always having sex with her, but we're not together. And I'm looking for another girl. And then she came on and she was just like, he could do whatever he wants. That's not my man. We just share a baby together. And you can tell that she was probably in her feelings. Maybe they just got an argument or something like that. But the thing is this, a woman cannot come on the show and act like that because she'll be all types of hoes and bitches and this and that. And this is why she's so messed up and she needs to be worrying about her kid and this, that, and the third. I feel like the whole thing will be 100% different. And this is not on Kendra. I'm just talking about in general and the reactions that the video got. Because he's there talking about, oh, he wants multiple women, but his women are not allowed to deal with other men. oh, you know, this is polygamy. Most people who follow that lifestyle are not restricted to one partner. So why is it that you can have multiple partners but she can't? Like, this is what I'm saying. This is the bullshit behavior. And it's like he's hiding behind a lifestyle that I really don't think that he subscribes to. I think it just makes sense for him to try to make the excuse of, oh, it's polygamy, so it's okay. But instead, he's really just being an asshole. He has 5 kids. The youngest one is 4 months old. And you on the show talking about, oh, you need another girl because this one, but we're always going to have sex. We're having sex all the time. Anyway, I digress. I just really want to know when we're going to get to the point where guys are more, what's the word? I made a video about it. Intentional. Guys are more intentional with their behavior. Like, go into a relationship because you actually want to be in a relationship with that woman. Go into the relationship acting like you're going to change. Acting like you're not going to do what you did in the past. Acting like you're going to act like you actually like this woman. You're going to act like you actually love this woman. You're not going to consciously put her through pain. Go into your relationship acting like you want the shit to work. And if you cannot enter a relationship and say, I'm going to be faithful, you can't enter a relationship and say, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to cheat, I'm going to try to be transparent, I'm going to try to do everything that I need to do, I'm going to try to be the person that she needs me to be so she can be who I need her to be. I'm going to try to let her trust me so she's going to let me lead. If you cannot go into a relationship saying all of these things, then you do not need to be in a relationship. If you are not mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually prepared to mesh with another person, you do not need to be in a relationship. Stop hopping in relationships so you have somebody to fuck regularly. And wait until you're actually ready to treat the person the way that they deserve to be treated. And don't disrupt anybody's peace until you're ready to be the person that they need to be. Because if you want to be a fuckboy, stay single and just go fuck a bunch of bitches. There's no reason to go into a relationship to fuck up somebody's peace, to then fuck up her future relationships, because now you done jacked up her sense of trust and all of this other stuff. Because what? Because you lied and you said you were going to be this person just to fuck and to have a constant fuck. Meanwhile, you lying, you cheating, you doing all this stuff for what? So 10, 20 years from now, you can go on an interview and say, oh yes, it was 100% my fault. She did everything right. She was so perfect. It was on me. How about you do it right while you're in it so you don't have to have that interview? That interview does not need to exist because you're going to just do it right. The end. And if it doesn't work, you know it's not for lack of trying. It just doesn't work. And that's okay. Every relationship is not going to work. But a relationship that starts off on an uneven playing field, as in one person's actually invested and one person's fucking around, is never going to work. It's never going to work. Eventually, it's going to fall apart. And I know I went zigzagging all around the town because y'all know how I am and I just talk a lot. But I was low-key triggered because I feel like now, and I just had a conversation with one of my exes, it's like, oh my God, you were so amazing, you were so good, you did all the things right, and you taught me this, you taught me that, you were so great, but I wasn't ready, so I fucked it up. So I literally had like a similar situation right now, and I'm just like, yo, do you even remember half of the shit that you said to me, what you put me through, yada yada yada? Yeah, I know. It was on me. So it's like the hindsight is always 20/20 when you already damaged this individual and you made them feel like XYZ. Like, can we just raise our sons to do better? Can we adjust our mindsets and do better? And this is obviously, not only men do this, but I'm speaking on men because it was a man doing the interview. But we need to raise our daughters also to not be toxic. We need to not show them toxicity in the household. We need to have better examples of relationships for our children. And we need to make an effort to teach them about relationships. Because I feel like that's something that nobody discusses. You just grow up, you look at relationships on TV, you see whatever relationship is mirrored in your house, and you have to grow up and kind of figure it out. That's like something that you just don't discuss ever. Like, I don't really remember discussing that until an adult and we're talking about other relationships. But I feel like that's something that you need to teach your children. Just like you teach them how to treat other people on the most basic level. You don't hit, you share, you be kind, you tell the truth. You teach them that this goes into relationships as well. And when possible, stop showing them dysfunction in your household. Stop showing them that this is what a relationship should be. Stop accepting dysfunction. And that's on both men and women. Like, y'all gotta do better. And I feel like that's a big part of it. A big part of it is that people are growing up seeing certain relationships in their face and thinking like, oh, okay, this is okay, it can work. It cannot work. And y'all need to make sure that y'all kids know that. All right, I went around the corner and turned around, all that good stuff, but that's it. That's what I had to say.